joints, rebuilding, regenerating and reconstructing the joints, reconstructing the cartilage and tendons so that the joint pain goes from joint pain to pain-free mobility naturally. In a previous video, I explained all of this, which you can watch, and the link will be provided on this, and we were covered how to rebuild cartilage from stem cells down to cartilage. There is a sequence of events that have to happen so that the cartilage gets built, and if you miss any one of those steps, cartilage doesn't get built. Now, I explained this in detail in the video for which I'll provide the link. Now, what I was mentioning is in the video is that if there is inflammation of the joints, then all of this does not work. It's actually a losing battle. You will provide all the materials to produce collagen, to produce cartilage, to rebuild the cartilage, and to regain mobility and be pain-free, but inflammation is not taken under control. So this video is about how to control inflammation, how to bring your inflammation back under your control so that it does not destroy. Inflammation destroys the joints and destroys the cartilage. So I will explain this. So stay with me. We're going to go over inflammation. Once you've got inflammation under control, then you can do this and you can follow this sequence which you find in the other video, which the link will be provided. So stay with me and let's go over what to do to actually control inflammation in a natural way. You've probably been tired of taking anti-inflammatories, steroids, and all of these which don't seem to work. They work at the beginning, you get pain relief, but then the pain comes back. So if you're tired of living with joint pains and limited mobility, now imagine moving freely without pain. So let me take you through this journey as we go through it so that you can regain your mobility without joint pains. Now let's go on the anti-inflammatory, the natural way. So if you've got arthritis, or you've got gout, or you've got rheumatoid arthritis, what tends to happen with arthritis, you'll have calcium deposits here in the cartilage. So calcium gets deposited there because there's no vitamin K2 and no vitamin D. So calcium gets deposited and there's a lack of vitamin E as well. So that becomes cemented. So now your joints are like cement. The cushion is actually getting harder and harder. So it deteriorates as you go, and with the inflammation coming on, it actually aggravates the condition and just breaks down your cartilage. That's where you get to the point where you've got bone to bone, because this has gone so far down the line. So now there's inflammation happening now. So as I said earlier, you'll have stem cells which will become cartilage. So when the stem cells arrive there to become cartilage, the inflammation destroys it. So you can't have stem cells activated and then becoming cartilage through this process, then arriving at the inflammation, and the inflammation destroys it. That's why I said it's a losing battle. So you have to control the inflammation first before you activate the stem cells. So how does your body produce cortisol, steroids, or prednisone, which is the form of medication that's given to these conditions of for anti-inflammatories? So the adrenal gland makes cortisol. Cortisol is a steroid. It's made from the adrenal glands, which is just above your kidneys. So what is needed is you need vitamin C, you need vitamin B5, omega-3, and B complex. So those 4 supplements actually feeds the adrenal glands and produces cortisol naturally. So how much of vitamin C do you have to start? I normally say 2,000 a day, at least for 5 days, twice a day. So which means it's 4,000 milligrams a day for 5 days. And then after the 5th day, you can reduce the vitamin C down to 2,000 a day. Vitamin B5, take 250 milligrams a day times 2 for the next 5 days, because it will suddenly up the levels of your cortisol. So you're going to start getting relief of cortisol, and you'll have less need of external cortisol. So B5, 250 milligrams twice a day for the next 5 days. Omega-3, which is the oil, because omega-3 is your oil for the steroids. Steroids is made from oil, made from cholesterol. Cholesterol makes steroids. So you need omega-3 for the production of that, for the conversion of the steroids to become the cortisol. 2,000 milligrams a day times 2, 4,000 a day for the next 5 days, and then 2,000 a day after the 5th day. B complex, get a B complex with 25 milligrams in the Bs, B1, B2, B3, all have got 25 milligrams, or you can get Bs in a good form, which is nutritional yeast. Then get some electrolytes with water calcium, magnesium, potassium, and salt. You can find electrolytes easily. You can buy them online, which has those. So the electrolytes with hydration helps with this process, because electrolytes helps with the chemical process and helps with electro process. This is like as you are healing the body, there's a form of electricity that that happens in the body, so you need electrolytes for that with water. Now you also need vitamin D, 10,000 IUs per day, at least 70,000 to 100,000 per week of vitamin D, supported with vitamin K2. Vitamin D helps release the calcium, but it will go deposit it in the joints. So before you deposit the joint, you have to have K2 to remove it out of the joints. So by removing it out of the joints, the vitamin D will help carry the calcium back to the bones where they belong. So you can't have calcium in the bones, so you need K2 to remove the calcium if you've got arthritis. If you've got gout, you need B5. Gout is because there's a lack of B5. So when there's no B5 at gout, your uric acid turns into crystals. So when you put B5 and with electrolytes, with hydration, B5 and hydration, your gout crystals start dissolving because there's enough water and there's enough B5 to do the conversion. Otherwise, there's no conversion. Vitamin E helps with arthritis, helps with rheumatoid arthritis, and also helps with gout. 800 milligrams of vitamin E a day, that helps with the inflammation as well. And then what I suggest also is you need you can also have a photobiomodulation signal, a signal which actually helps produce more reduction of inflammation. So there's a product that I always recommend, which is called the Aeon, the Lifewave Aeon product, that helps with inflammation. It actually helps control with the inflammation. So as long as you provide the materials, you provide C, B5, omega-3, and the B complex with electrolytes and your D, and you add this one triggers and actually is a signaling molecule. It signals the body to actually do better control of your inflammation. It's the same sort of wavelength, of infrared wavelength, which you get when you sit in front of a wood fire, which gives you that relaxing feeling. This is what it does. So it actually, for 12 hours you put it on, you're getting that radiation, because your radiation, your infrared radiation comes from the patch. This is a patch. It traps it, it sends it back into your body, and that helps with inflammation. And I've also spoken about stem cells, where I said stem cells here. So this product here, X39, activates the stem cells. It brings the stem cells back to life, because your stem cells are dormant. If you're in 50s or 60s, your stem cells are dormant. I explain it more detail in the other video, when the signaling molecule which makes cartilage. But those two together will, and the materials for making cartilage, will actually bring about a faster relief, a faster recovery, and rebuilds your joints. I'm saying this because I've had experience. I've seen clients of mine, which I have a 68-year-old person who's had joint problems, would had pain while even moving his knees in the shower, had pain with his knees getting into the car. Within 2-3 months, taking those two has actually relieved his pain, and he's able to walk and looking younger. I have an athlete who had a knee operation. His tendons were damaged. He had an ACL operation where the tendons were operated. For 14 years, he had limited mobility as an athlete. After taking these products, within 2.5 months, he had full recovery of his knees. He was able to do a full squat. I've made a video of that. It's in my channel, so you can go to my YouTube channel. You'll see the video of the athlete, how he is actually squatting based on using these patches. So there you go. So in summary, vitamin C, vitamin B5, omega-3, B complex produces cortisol, electrolytes to help facilitate the process, vitamin D, vitamin K2, and vitamin E to help remove the calcium and send the calcium back to where it belongs and protecting the area, and the Lifewave patches. This is a wonderful combination, and also with the materials now that you provide for production of cartilage and collagen, who knows, you're going to also look younger, because it will take away your lines, it will take away your wrinkles, and at the same time you gain mobility. So you're going to be looking back as a young person with mobility, and go and enjoy your life and have longevity, live longer and enjoy your life. And this is possible. Now I offer free health consultations. You can book a free health consultation in the link in the description that is in the video. Book it. It's 30 minutes. You and me, we meet, we talk. I go over this with you. I give you advice on nutrition. I give you advice on supplements and advice on the patches. And we do this combination: nutrition, food, supplements and patches, and you have a better chance of actually recovering your mobility. So I look forward to meeting you and having a consultation, and I would like to walk with you on your journey to recovery. Now, how long does it take? It's not something which is a quick fix. It's not something that happens in 1 month, in 2 months, 3 months. So give it at least 3 months to 6 months of a journey to get like some transformation that have happened from what I've seen. So if you work with me, there's a better chance of you getting the transformation in that area of joint mobility. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to meeting you.